Hi from La Grande-Motte International Boat Show, International Multi-Hull Show 2026. I'm Toby Hodges. I'm aboard the Simbad 55, one of the big world debuts here. And behind me on the walkway bridge there, you can see it's all advertised there, sail your way, Simbad 55. And here we are on it, day one of the show. I don't know when you'll be seeing this, when it's all edited up and put out, but yeah, it is brand spanking. Just been finished in time for the show in the shipyard in Alicante and brought here to La Grande-Motte near Montpellier to show the world what a new brand and a new Spanish shipyard can do. And this is one big 55-foot luxury catamaran. So here's the view from this walkway, from the walkway bridge, to show you a bit more what the design is about, because it's pretty hard to see that from on board. In fact, having just gone on board there, I didn't really have that view, but you can see it's a big boat. It's a voluminous luxury cruising cat with a flybridge and a covered flybridge at that. But those are quite narrow entry hulls. So it should perform all right as well, but you'll see the level of luxury when we go on there. It is a brand new shipyard. It was an existing shipyard in Alicante and it's been bought 3 or 4 years ago. Simbad, the name of the yard and brand, as in Simbad Pesela, that's the Spanish spelling of it. And this is their first boat, 55. 2 more in production and a 4th one sold as well. So they're off to a running start. It is bear with, excuse all the noise. It is a Pierre Delion hull design with, there he is, with the blue jacket on, with Franck Darnet exterior design. He's on the aft deck there, and the interior design as well. And it is offered in 3 different models. This, the Legend, the all-inclusive one basically. Then there's the Ultra and the Select versions. All of them come very heavily spec'd, and let's jump on board now and see some of those details. So stepping on the wide swim platforms here, it's a mother of pearl, which is their signature color, Buero painting on this. So the Legend and the Select, I think it's the Select, that come as painted hulls. They all have this teak decking and are fully spec'd with all the equipment on there. The real difference is that this Legend version has everything, like carbon mast, water maker, everything, absolutely everything. But the pricing is pretty competitive as well. I'll go through those in a second. And also the production run time, so 4 to 6 months. When you order one of these, you'll receive one. Hydraulic tender lift that you probably saw, and from that forward shot, the rib, the jet tender that comes with these. But you can get an impression as I walk along the deck here, the solid grab rails each side. It's really a very, very impressive, heavy-duty, luxury cruising cat design. Yeah, there's the jet tender under the trampoline. They are changing that tramp to black color, so you can see that. So a bit of a bowsprit on it there for Code Zero and asymmetric sails. Otherwise, you've got a twin head sail set up on the Facnal furlers, so a Genoa and a self-tacking staysail led to that rail above there. Nice sunken forward cockpit for guests there. That table retracts away, so you've got an anchor locker, windlass in there, and then a big genset under that bench. And there are points here in the deck and there on the roof to put the stanchion poles for a canopy for this area to protect it from the sun. Now, there have been a lot of people looking on board here, so I will try and take you through each section as I can without too many people on it. The cockpit's nice and empty. Okay, so conventional Flybridge stairs there, and then, yeah, I mean, it's nice having all this teak under barefoot, I must admit. But you get a sense of the scale of the boat. She's a big 55 because you have those different levels on it. Conventional engine bays under here, hydraulic tender lift, as I said. And then, there we go, we've got a good chance to get into here. This is stowage beneath me here, under these, so they have put it wherever they can. And then this, the main real layout choices you have are basically having a galley up or down layout. So this one with a galley down means you end up with this massive saloon area, which obviously adjoins the cockpit area as well. But I hope you can see from this the level of luxury. And there is every mod con fitted on it as well. So, for example, this has the wine fridge there. Just above me is, I push one of these buttons, and that is a projector that drops out of the roof there, and there's on that aft area that all drops down as a screen for the projector. But if you want to watch your telly inside, there you go. There it is on its first motor trials. These cabinetry bronze faced drawers, soft glazing on them, very nicely done as well. And a forward-facing nav station, got 360 cameras in there, so parking it like a car. And let's take you down into the galley down here, forward starboard side. So you can have an owner's hull on this one, but this one, the owner's hull is behind us here. So you have two guest cabins to port, an owner's cabin aft of here, and then this big galley with the crew cabin connecting it. The design of the boat is to suit owner operators, so 55 foot should be able to operate it yourself, but those that do want a crew, makes sense to have this sort of galley down if they're serving with the connecting cabin there. Full melee appliances all come as standard. Only a refrigeration space and a good size crew cabin connecting here with a head forward and its own access out of there. So this galley, this table in the saloon opens out, drops down at the touch of a button as well, and that is also a powered opening forward window, watertight window. So push a button there and the whole thing opens out on these gas struts. Oh, as it's being demonstrated. Pretty nice when you want the ventilation coming through here. Thank you. And then on the port side here, dropping down in the center, you've got two near identical guest cabins with their own ensuite heads, toilet, shower compartments. Yeah, very nicely done indeed. A lot of painted surfaces, sunbrella fabrics. Very, very nice design. I like this, these aft berths being thwart ships looking out those hull port windows. Loads of stowage, nice latches as well. Carpet. Yeah, all these painted. Washer dryer. And this, I mean, the forward cabin, similar in size, shower behind that door, similar in size. It's just a 4.5 double instead of a thwart ships. Bear in mind, this just been finished. And the first boat, it is literally just finished in time for this show. Very impressive finish quality. Yeah, around 60 workers now at boat builders at Simbad. It was bought by a Spanish owner who he couldn't find the right yard, or he couldn't find the right boat, I'd say, that offers that blend of real luxury and some performance and space and comfort. That's what he's wanted to create here. Sorry if that telly's flashing, but I wanted to show you a little bit of what it looks like on the water.
Master.
And I'll take you down into the master cabin next. Starboard side, access to the owner's hull in this owner's cabin. Stop saying owner's hull. In this format, still pretty large. Very, very nice indeed. Again, that athwartships. Aft berth area. Natural timbers in oak or walnut. Really lovely fabrics, colour choices, that sort of thing. But it is quite select in that it's not massively customizable at all. Look at that shower. Huge. Fits several people in that. So you can't go customizing the layout or too much of the, you choose your upholstery and carpet choices. That's about it, really. So that's why they have the 3 different versions. Owner configurations, you can choose everything, and that's why you have the 3 different lines on there. It's all on their website, including very, frank pricing. It just shows you exactly what each one cost. I'll go through that and I'll put it in the spec at the end as well. But it's quite refreshing because it's all in there. It's all described exactly what you get, the lead time for it, and the weights as well. I mean, this all in is a 30-ton yacht. So that is the proper displacement weighed with full tanks with all of the equipment on board. Let's see if there's anyone on the Flybridge. Sure there will be. Sometimes I have that effect. I get up there and then leave. Let's see. Okay, I was wrong. They were filming up here. Anyway, look at that. I've waited for you. Get it to ourselves. So here is the very, very luxurious Flybridge of the Simbad. We've got a nice, gentle piano music playing here at the end of the show. So twin helm setup with everything led to these 3 winches here, central by the mast base. Good vision around the boat from either side there. And should be relatively easy to manage because you've got that staysail on the self-tacker. Genoa sheet here coming from that block back, led through there and to this winch. And if you had a code or asymmetric sheet, it would get led to the pad eye back there, back forward through that turning block and back onto this winch as well. And a view of the main, and you've got a in-boom furling system as well. So everything's pretty push-buttony, really. Doyle sails on this, nice carbon axe on mast. Again, that's one of the high-spec included parts of the Legend spec. You can see it's a massive Flybridge. All your sailing here, and then the rest of it, lounging space. That can be, if you don't want an extra sort of galley unit up here, that can be a sofa or something, or a bench seat. But otherwise, it's what you see is what you get. That's probably the wrong expression. It's a terrible expression. In terms of, there is very little customization. And speaking with Simbad just now, that's how they can offer the boat for the price that they can. So that's the design, is to undercut the opposition by quite a margin by being able to build it in 4 to 6 months, which, when you look at the competition at this quality and luxury finish, that is really impressive. A bit of indirect lighting there, and then you got the hull lighting, underwater lighting as well. So I was mentioning the weights. So this 30-ton fully equipped, but this has larger engines, 150 horsepower engines. Water makers, every bit of modcon kit. So the select one, the more of the, I kind of call it, I can't call it base or basic, but it's that starts around 28 tons light. So really good to see a new Spanish brand here with a new design, which is really very impressive. So I mentioned the pricing. The Select is their sort of base boat, and that starts at 1.89 million euros. And then you've got the Ultra at 2.3, and then this, the Legend that we're on, 2.99 million. Basically, they're all ready to sail boats. They're just different specs, the quality of them, you know, whether you have the bigger engine sizes, carbon mast, that sort of thing. The Select one doesn't have a painted hull as well. It's gel coat finish. But otherwise, they are very, very inclusive. How can they do that at this price? Because they've set up to build serial production at this size. So whilst this first one took a long time to build, next one's 4 to 6 months lead time, which is nothing really, because it's not a custom boat. There's very little, you choose the colorings and that's about it. So they are set up to build 12 a year, serial production style, and that's why they can offer those sort of pricings. All on their website, have a look. Really good to see. Thanks for joining me on board. Really interesting new boat. Might even get artichokes with it. See you next time.